right, thanks, Peter. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and a great time to think about the kids in our lives and how they're doing in this area. Nikki Karnowski of Metamorphosis Coaching, Consulting, and Training joins us now this morning. Nikki, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Natalie.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I think we'll all agree, just coming out of COVID and all the things that went with that can take its toll on people as far as lacking in connection and things like that. And it's especially true for kids. I talked to a mental health professional, this week that just said they're really seeing an increase in people just needing to come and talk, get some help and things like that. And especially they're seeing an increase in that with children. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, Nikki, what are some good signs, I guess, for parents to note of when this is moved from a typical developmental phase into maybe a more cause for concern?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of those would be for younger kids, like frequent temper tantrums that happen, and they may be irritable a lot of the time. Maybe they're consumed with fears and worries, complaints of headaches or stomach aches, and there's no medical cause. Kids who maybe are in constant motion, unable to sit still unless they're playing video games or something like that. Another one could be sleeping too much, frequent nightmares, getting sleepy during the day, not interested in playing with other kids, difficulty making friends. And then if they're struggling academically where they maybe weren't before, a recent decline in grades, those can be some of the things. Repeat actions too, like if they're constantly checking the doors or asking, is mom and dad okay? Some of those things can be just little signs that you might need to, reach out for some help.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as kind of one of those older children goes, they may exhibit some of those same ones, but there also is kind of a different list of those children, how they may express these.
Yes, absolutely. I'll share some of those, and these come from the National Institute of Mental Health. Some of those for the older kids can be losing interest in things that they normally would enjoy. Maybe low energy. They just seem like they are struggling throughout the day, sleeping too much or too little. Spending more and more time alone can be one of those. Avoiding time with friends and family. Another one could be dieting or exercising excessively, fear of gaining weight. Engaging in self-harm behaviors, cutting, burning themselves, smoking, drinking, using drugs, risky behaviors, and then having thoughts of suicide. They might even, one of those ones saying someone's controlling their mind. So some of these are just things, triggers for parents that you want to seek some help.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, these signs can be really helpful to know when to seek help and kind of when to know as a parent of when it's crossed that line. But there are some times when parents should be skipping waiting for those appointments and getting some immediate help, correct?
Yes, absolutely. If your child or anybody really in our lives ever, shares that they want to harm themselves or others, it's important to take that seriously and to seek out help. There's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-TALK. Also, they can text HELLO to 741-741. And then lots of resources at the suicidepreventionlifeline.org. So some great resources to remember. And I think, when you hear something, not ignoring that, having those conversations with your kids, with others, and then taking those seriously and reaching out where help is needed. I also think, the school counselor can be a great first kind of person if you share those concerns with, and they might be able to say, yeah, I think there's something here. Maybe they need to go, see somebody else or whatever that is. So.
Absolutely. Well, great reminders for something so serious and definitely something that we all will be aware of. And of course, we'll have a lot of these reminders on our website and our Facebook page for anyone who's interested in following up and getting a little bit more information about this.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, Nikki, thanks so much for being with us here today. And of course, for next week, we're going to be looking at some more resources for parents looking to kind of get their kids more connected and for all of us to get more connected with our mental health, too.
We'll share some of those next week.
Perfect.
I look forward to it. Thanks.
Sounds good. And of course, for all of your lifestyle tips, you can tune in right back here every Monday on CBS 3, and we'll be right back after the break.